Well, good morning. It's 6:45 in the morning. I'm in the truck. We're heading to Georgia. 3-hour trip one way. We'll make a trip down, trip back. I'll explain to you here in a minute. We're going to go pick something up. Okay, pretty much a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half into my trip. Might as well talk about what I'm going to do. So, I have been welding for, I guess, close to 40 years. And back in those days, you just welded, and even if you wore hearing protection of any kind, people laughed at you and made fun of you and teased you and everything else, which was bad. Actually, when I was working in a welding shop in the late 80s, early 90s, I got tired of coming back home and just going, what, Anyway, so I started wearing earplugs as soon as I got to work, and they'd rib me about it, tease me about it, but I didn't care. I just kept wearing earplugs. Took them out when I ate my lunch, put them back in. When I left, I took them back out, and my hearing did fine. And so I've always been kind of a proponent for PPE. So anyway, long story short here. Of course, I've just been I got a degree and went into computer programming and all that stuff 35 years ago. But I've always welded, and on the side did blacksmithing, like metalwork. Soon going to be retiring, and I'm wanting to start up a little part-time welding business, kind of keep my hand in it. I always enjoyed it. But I'm getting a little concerned about my shop, because I spent a lot of time and effort closing my shop in, which is great because it kept it cooler. I could run heaters and cooler, little air conditioning unit if I wanted to in the summertime, heater in the wintertime. Kind of made my shop more comfortable, but at the same time, it fills up with smoke when I'm welding. So I have to end up open up all the doors and windows and try to blow them out. I'll show you a little clip here, what I'm talking about. So anyway, so that's why that my shop filled up with smoke. So if I even wear a respirator, I take my respirator off, I'm still in a cloud of smoke, big fog bank of smoke. And my wife was like, you need to protect your lungs. Ain't no sense destroying myself this late in the game. And the one thing I do like about modern welding and welders is they're all about protection. And I think that's great. I'm all for it. So I started looking into fume extractors. And I thought, that'll probably cost me a few $100s. So yeah, I found out pretty quick that even the $1,000 and $1,500 fume extractors are being, a whiff of smoke off of a candle, that kind of a thing. They're not going to help a whole lot. So I finally got looking around, and I found some. Had to spend a little bit more money, and looking around, and I found some that I was going to look at by different brands. And I thought, okay, I'll bite the bullet and I'll spend extra amount of money, like $3,000 or $4,000. And then I started looking at the air filters. So I just happened to catch about air filters. I thought, I wonder how much the filters cost, just off chance. Oh my word. Depending on the model and brand you get, air filters can run anywhere from $300 to $1,000, and they're supposed to be changed quarterly. And I was like, Oh my goodness, that's getting expensive. Now I know I won't be welding as much as a full-time shop would, or a school or something like that that has fume extractors. But that was expensive. So I looked around, and that's where I'm heading now. Is I found a fume extractor, and it'll do I think it's 1,200 cubic feet per minute, which is way more than enough for welding. Really anything above what I've kind of researched, anything 5 to 700 is supposed to be pretty good for handling welding smoke. But hopefully 1,200 will handle all kind of smoke. So, but it's a company in Georgia called Fume Dog. I'll put the name here. That's where I'm heading. The thing I like about them, it cost me a little bit more up front, but they're locally sourced, made in USA. Seems like a real nice company, and they use non-proprietary air filters. And their air filters right now, when I'm making this video, is right around $150, and I think it's supposed to last 5 to 6 months. And then, and that's with regular use. But this one that I'm going to get from them has a method they built into it to blow it out with an air gun, use air pressure and blow out the filter from the inside out and clean it out, and then you can reinstall it and reuse it. So that's what I'm looking at going down here to get, and for me it's about a 3-hour drive. Of course they would have shipped it, but I'm doing a combination here. One, I'm saving on shipping. Of course, I'm spending it on gas and travel time and all that, which is expense. But I also am getting to take you all along with me, and we can check it out together. And they're going to give me a little shop tour, and we'll go through the shop and see how things look. Bring you along, and then we'll travel back with a new fume extractor. And I'm going to make a little kind of a series of these. I'm going to show you, some unboxing and some setting it up and using it the first time and all that. And then I'm going to show you, hopefully, a clip of me welding and the shop not filling up with smoke. So we'll see how this works out. For you, it'll just be a few more seconds and we'll be there in Rome, Georgia. And for me, it's going to be another hour and 40 minutes. Anyway, see you in a bit. Move down to where I can strap this thing down. It's bigger than I thought. Well, as you can see in the bed of my truck, I am loaded. That pallet and box filled up the bed, and I couldn't even close the tailgate. Had a good visit. Jesse took me around and showed me the facilities. Hope you all enjoyed going with me. And hopefully you learned something, and I learned some stuff. And the fact that they do 150 to 200 air cleaning systems every month is pretty good. trying to keep an eye on the weather. I've hit a few little sprinkles, but I've stayed dry. I've got a tarp with me, and if it looks like I'm going to hit a lot of rain, I'm going to stop somewhere before I get into the rain and cover the whole box up with tarp, strap it around it, and then strap over it. So far it's been good weather. It's a little warm today. It's, according to my truck outside, it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It was about 83 to 85 most of the trip coming up, a little after 1 p.m., which I'm back in Central Time. Fume Dog is their facility is in Eastern Time Zone. I appreciate it, Jesse. Thank you for the tour. And thanks for everybody who got to meet while I was there, and people I didn't get to meet. Hope you all had a good day. Thank you for the work you do. But I am about halfway home, maybe a little over halfway. I still got about an hour and a half to go. When I get going to Mont Eagle, I'll do a little time lapse after this, and we'll see you at home.
Hope you enjoyed the trip down to Georgia to the Fume Dog manufacturing plant. I'm glad you went with me. Stay tuned for our next video where we will actually take the tour of the plant. I wanted to put that one on its own as it was kind of a dedicated video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for the next one. We'll talk to you later. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.